Summer break for Kentucky students, but a new state law continues to be a topic of conversation. Senate Bill 181 prohibits educators from talking to students outside of school via social media or text unless it's through a traceable platform put in place by the district or with a parent's written consent. WKYT's Alyssa Williams introduces us to one man who says having contact with a teacher outside of school saved his life.
I'm sure we can all think of at least one educator who's had a positive impact on our lives when we were young. But for George Gentry of Lexington, he says the educators in his life went above and beyond.
The fact that they didn't give up on me when I want to give up on myself, that changed my life.
Gentry says he was a troubled kid with behavioral issues, and while he had a loving family at home, his teachers were there to help keep him in line, not only in the classroom, but outside of it.
I would leave school sometimes and go home, and I had an educator get in their car and come get me from my house, say, hey, we're going back to school, we need to do this. And I was like, okay, it gave me a different perspective even as a child.
He adds that support was especially crucial in high school.
I had an educator named Terry Noble. She would take me out in her personal vehicle when she didn't have to, and around Lexington to different applications, different job sites, just so I could fill out applications. And she would sit there and wait for me and educate me on how to fill these things out. And I was like, people didn't do that for me.
Gentry says he doesn't know where he'd be without his teachers extending their help beyond the school day. But with Senate Bill 181 possibly limiting the ways in which students and staff can communicate, he's afraid those life-altering connections could be at stake.
At the end of the day, when we're out of school, we're still humans. We're still here.
Gentry says he understands that bills like this are created to protect kids, but he just wishes more educators and even everyday folks like him are invited in on these conversations regarding these decisions before they're set in stone.
And let's do it together. That's the big word, together, and community, because when you involve the community, you get vast perspectives, and that does a lot.
In Lexington, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Under Senate Bill 181, staff can use their school emails to talk to students. Some of the teachers we've spoken with say they've considered using programs like Parent Square and Google Classroom to communicate with their students.